Welcome to another episode. Um, so what am I talking about today? I wanted to jump on a live stream and kind of talk to you guys about this kind of really cool little secret to getting repeat customers, right? And if you do this right, you will actually keep customers for years and years and years and years, right? Because they will be invested in what you're doing, right? So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty simple little trick that anybody can do. You can start applying this immediately to your paid content. And I guess the best way. Okay, so what I'm talking about is legend building, right? Legend building. Now, I don't want you to be discouraged by the sound of that. It's probably different than what it sounds like. I'm going to explain what I mean, but to do it, I think we need to start here. This is X-Men 1.5. You might wonder, well, what the heck's X-Men 1.5, Cam? Well, back in 2002, they released this version of X-Men called X-Men 1.5. They re-released it on DVD. I think they re-released this in preparation for X-Men 2 that was going to be coming out. I don't know if you remember this, but back in the day, X-Men was a very popular movie. It was a huge success. So then it was released on DVD, and then it was re-released on DVD in preparation, I think, for the second X-Men movie. But it was called X-Men 1.5. Now, what is this? So this is the movie, okay, X-Men, but it also had 5 hours, okay? And I'll read this. Disc one is the full length. It's the movie, okay? But then if you look up here on the front, what you see is this says over 5 hours of behind the scenes footage and exclusive all new extras. You see that? Over 5 hours of behind the scenes footage and exclusive all new extras. That is, my friends, a special edition DVD. That is what that is. Now, for all you young bucks out there who don't know anything about no DVDs, you don't collect DVDs, you're not gonna care about what I'm talking about, but you will care about what I'm talking about as it relates to your online business. So just bear with me. The special edition DVDs are the ones that don't just have the movie on them, but they have all the extra stuff. And this one, as you can see, over 5 hours of extras on X-Men 1.5. Why does that matter? And what does it have to do with your business? We're getting there. I'm a scenic route kind of guy. All right. I'm a scenic route kind of guy. If you want to get the goods from me, you just gotta bear with me, all right? Because I take the scenic route to get to these things. I do believe that all of my stories and all of my context um, actually helps create more understanding for the points that I'm trying to make. Okay, so back to X-Men 1.5. Over 5 hours of special features, and this is a special edition DVD. Now, I am the kind of person, I have insomnia sometimes. Not always. Sometimes I get to bed on time, but sometimes, man, I am just up all night, right? And the reason why is because I worked night shift for a long time, and so I think my sleep cycle is kind of messed up. It's usually I get it going pretty good, but sometimes I will just be up all night. It's crazy. Um, but anyways, I'm a big movie guy. I'm a big movie guy, and when I'm up all night like that, sometimes I'll just watch movies and stuff. Um, well, one night I was up and I was watching. I decided I was gonna watch Top Gun because I hadn't seen Top Gun for a long time, and I had this special edition of Top Gun. I don't have it anymore. I don't know what I did with it. Um, but it was like this one. It had over 4 hours of special features on this Top Gun movie. Okay. So I watched the movie, Top Gun, and it was like the movie was over and I wasn't ready to leave the world of Top Gun. Okay. I wasn't ready to be done with that kind of thing. It was like, yeah, well, you could have just watched another movie. Yeah, I could have watched another movie, but I didn't want to watch another movie. I was still into this like Top Gun world, right? I was still into it. I just wasn't ready for the movie to be over. I wanted to like still be in that world of Top Gun. So I just started watching some of the special features. And I must have watched like almost all those special features on that Top Gun DVD, right? And man, I was learning about things like, oh, how they made the soundtrack for Top Gun and how they did the special effects for Top Gun and how did they cast the actors and actresses for Top Gun? Like how did all this stuff happen? Like like I was going deep into the world of Top Gun, okay? And that's what it feels like when you consume one of these special features, special edition DVDs. You feel like you're going deep into the world of this movie, right? And when I was going deep into this world of Top Gun, I started thinking about how like, wow, this is crazy, It's like a world, Top Gun, and it's like you got the movie, right, which is the core foundation of the world, but then they've built all this extra stuff around it for the people who aren't ready to leave that world yet, right? So you can go far deeper into this world of Top Gun, much like you can go far deeper into this world of X-Men with X-Men 1.5 here. 5 hours. And it's got things like, an introduction by Bryan Singer, director of Top Gun. It's got like the Uncanny Suspects pre-production featurette, right? X Factor, the look of the X-Men, costume features, talking about the costumes, right? It's got the visual effects featurette. It's got the retrospective featurette. It's just got all this stuff, right? It's just all this stuff, and it's all this stuff that is not really required to enjoy the movie. You can watch the movie without having to, watch all this crap. You don't need to watch all this crap to enjoy the movie. It's not like that. It's not homework for the movie. Okay, it's just a bunch of extra stuff for people who are not ready to leave the world yet. Of in this case X-Men, in my case Top Gun. Um, but as I was kind of like consuming that Top Gun stuff, I was thinking about how, you know, this whole idea of a world surrounding the DVD, and how like you got the core of it, which is the movie, and then you got all this extra stuff around it. And as I was consuming this extra stuff around the DVD of Top Gun, I was realizing that Top Gun was becoming more special to me. It was becoming more than just a movie. It was like I was going deep onto this movie, and it was just like it was like these featurettes and these extras. Like I was looking at the storyboards and the scripts and stuff, and I was like, all these extras were making this more than just a movie for me. It was like I had went deep on it, and now it's more. It's like all this extra stuff had created legend. They had created legend around this world of Top Gun for me. It was like lore that was created. So, now, like, when I look at Top Gun, I don't look at it the same as probably a normal person because I know all this extra stuff about Top Gun, right? And the reason that happened is because I went deep into that world of Top Gun. And why did I go deep into the world of Top Gun? Because one of these special edition DVDs, right? Because they put all that extra stuff in there for people just like me who weren't ready to leave the world yet, right? So, what I kind of figured out that night was that every single product that I put out, every info product that I put out has the potential to be like a special edition DVD. Like I'm already adding like usually like at that time I was adding 3 bonuses to every one of my products. Whenever I put a product out, I'd add 3 bonuses in there. But those bonuses would usually be actionable. They would be utilitarian, right? They would be like related to the original product, but they would add something, you know what I mean? So I decided, why don't I start adding a couple more bonuses in there? But these will just be like fun bonuses. These will be like special edition DVD bonuses. And it'll be things like, like for example, like me, a lot of times with my courses, like I will start them on like a piece of paper. Like there'll be like an outline on a tablet, and I will sketch out what I want to talk about in the course and what the course is going to be about and stuff like that. So a simple bonus might be like a few pictures of that original handwritten outline of course, right? And then another bonus might be just, me pointing the camera at my face and just like kind of telling the story, like we're having a conversation of how I came up with the idea for this product, right? So it's almost like director commentary, right? I'm just talking about the product and how I came up with it. Another simple one might be like if I'm creating the product, on my computer or whatever, maybe I'll just take my cell phone, I'll set it up real quick, I'll have it pointing at me while I'm typing on my computer, and I'll just kind of talk while I'm writing, and I'll talk about what I'm doing. Or maybe I'll do like a screen capture video of me writing the special report or whatever. And while I'm writing, I'm just talking about what I'm writing, right? Just simple little 10, 15 minute, could be up to an hour even, whatever, simple little like featurettes, basically simple little things that like just add value to the product, but not like value like, oh, this is actionable content. It's more like value that is like this legend building value. It's making the product more than what it was. It was just a product that taught you how to solve this problem, but now you're learning all these extra stories around the product, and there's all this extra stuff that you can consume. So it starts to feel like more than a product, right? And this isn't going to work on all the people who buy your product. Some people are not into that stuff. But if someone goes through your product and they like your product, well, when you start building legend around your product, um, and they're not ready to leave your world yet, they're going to consume all that extra stuff, right? And then what happens is they're going to have a positive experience, and they're going to feel like they know you more. They're going to feel like your product's not just a product, it's like something cool and special that they really like. So then what happens? When you release another product, they're going to be on board to buy it because they had a fun time with that other product, right? So these kind of like special edition DVD bonuses that you can add to your products, they're not hard to do. They're actually pretty easy to do. And they can be just about anything as long as they are directly related to your product. That's the key, right? You got to get very meta, right? With these special edition DVD bonuses, you want to focus on the product that you have just created, the product that they have just consumed. Because you got to remember, this bonus is designed for people who enjoyed your product and they weren't ready to leave your world yet. So what do? You build upon the world of your product. Okay. And when you do that, you're going to extend the life of your customers, right? You're going to turn them into longtime customers, lifers in some cases. Now these are easy bonuses to create. Like I said, all you gotta do is talk about, the story of your product, and like I've done simple little featurettes, simple little videos where I talked about how I put the cover together for my product, how it came, the story of the cover, the story of the product, why I created the product. I have like, taken pictures, like I said, of the outline of the product. And sometimes it's more than one paper. If an outline goes on for a few pages, I'll do that. Um, just various things, just various things related to the product. And a lot of people would look at stuff like that and they would think, this isn't really valuable. Nobody really cares. Like this one time I was doing an audio training, right? And what I did with the audio training was I was recording the audio training out in my garage, as I like to do. I like to record the audio trainings in my garage because I have like a little H1 Zoom condenser mic and I can just record right into that. So what I would do is with that product, I would just like randomly, I would just like snap a selfie of me recording as I was recording the audios. I would snap a selfie recording. So like what happened was at the end of it, when I was done, I had like this little photo collection of me recording this product, right? And it didn't really provide any like actionable value. It wasn't really, it was for fun. You know what I mean? It was for fun. So what happens is when someone consumes the product and they like the product, Now they got this extra thing they can look at. So they're looking at this, "Oh, what's this? This is a photo album? What's this?" And they open it up and there's like it's a bunch of pictures of me recording this product. So it's like now they it's almost like they heard the product, they liked it, and now they're seeing all this little photo album, so it's almost like they were there when I was recording it. They weren't there when I was recording it, but it's almost like they were because now they know what it looked like when I was recording that product. They know the environment I was in when I was recording it. So what does that do? That builds a mental image for them, right? It basically expands the world of that product, okay? And, these are the kinds of simple little things that anybody can do when they create digital products, info products. And what it does is it builds legend around your info product and it makes it more than just a simple info product. It makes it more memorable. It makes those people like, remember you more. It creates a little bit more impact. And ultimately, what it does is it extends the life of your customer. It makes them want to buy from you more in the future. It's not going to work on everybody. Some people are very, very pragmatic. I mean, they get in there, they just want the facts, right? They just want, okay, you promised me this on the sales page. I just want this. And like they won't even listen to the intro of the product. They'll just like skim until they get the basics, right? They just want the gold nuggets that you promised. That's it. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. They want the gold nuggets. But not everybody's like that. Some people take their time, they get in there and they look through things. And then if they really liked your course, if it really helped them, they thought it was really cool, they might not be ready to leave that world. And so they'll look around for other stuff, right? And those are the people that are prime candidates for you to turn into like, extended customers that will come back and buy from you again and again and again. And listen, I know what I'm talking about, okay? I know like you might not have heard these kinds of things that I'm talking about before. I know I have a funny, weird approach to marketing. But the reason why you probably haven't heard these things before is because you're listening to people who regurgitate a bunch of stuff that they heard from somebody else. And I've been in the trenches for a long time. Some of the stuff I know, I didn't learn from somebody else. Like the thing I just told you about legend building, like I learned that from Insomnia watching Top Gun. And then I applied that to my marketing. All right. So a lot of these things that I learned, they didn't come from the world of marketing. Even though I know plenty of people have used these concepts before and applied them to the world of marketing. I'm sure of it. I know it to be sure. If I thought about it, I could probably give you some examples. Um, but I'm just telling you how I learned about it and how I started finally connecting the dots and thinking about it and why I do it now. And to this day, I call those special edition DVD bonuses. Even though like people who don't know that story that I just shared with you wouldn't know what the hell that meant. What the hell's a special edition DVD bonus on a digital info product? It doesn't make sense, right? And yeah, it doesn't make sense unless you know the story. Um, and if you watch these live streams from me, you'll probably notice that I do things a little bit differently. I you know, I'm not like other marketers, all right? And that's just the way it is. I do things a little bit differently. I do things my way. And again, I like to think I come with valuable insights. The insights I'm sharing with you are just things that have made me money, you know? And what I just shared with you tonight is something that has, kept people on my email list for years. Okay. I have people on my list that have been on my list since for a decade. I have people on my list who have been on my list since I was running Adventures on the River. That was 15 years ago, man. I've had people on my list for 15 years. So the stuff I'm talking about works. All right. It works. If you apply it correctly, it can work for you. And it's not that hard. Again, you're putting info products out there, you're putting paid content into the market. Just think about, the world, think about the info product like a world, and think about how can I kind of like expand the world a little bit, for people who aren't ready to leave the world yet, you know? Um, and then again, that lesson applies. That's a far-reaching lesson. It goes far beyond just special edition DVD bonuses. It goes into the idea that also segues into the idea of sequels as well. Sequels, spiritual sequels, even like legit sequels to products, because I do believe, when we create these info products, when we create digital paid content, we're starting franchises. We're not just creating one-offs. They are franchises. Every info product that you create is like a framework, and within that framework you can create multiple sequels. So anyways, that's how I see it. But yeah, man, let me shut up about it. X-Men. That's how X-Men can get you more customers and make them buy from you many, many times. All right. That's how you do it. Special edition DVD bonuses. All right. Hope that's helpful to you. Have a great weekend. Where I'm at here in the big state of Ohio, we got a winter storm coming. So everyone's battening down the hatches, and we're getting ready for the snow and all that good jazz, man. I was at the store today. It was a madhouse, man. I did not even want to be there at all, man. And I could not find any salt. I had very little salt left in my garage, and I was really kind of annoyed because I couldn't find any salt at the store. I guess everyone bought it all. Um, but so hopefully, it won't be too bad. Luckily, I got 3 snow shovels and I got a little bit of salt, so and I got 2 hardworking, willing kids, so we're gonna we're gonna get after it. We're gonna get after it, but hopefully it won't be too bad. They say it's gonna be pretty crazy, snowstorm though, so we'll see what happens. If you're out there right now and you're gonna get hit by this snowstorm, be safe. Hope it doesn't really affect you too bad, and, that's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace now. I'm Cam from epicconversions.com. If this resonated with you, be sure to get over to epicconversions.com. Sign up for my email list. I like to think I give some of my best free content by email. That's where I make most of my offers at, by email too. So, anyways, that's all I got. I'll catch up to you next time. Peace now.